I am recording right now, but I'm going to edit. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here with these two beautiful brown babes here. Today we wanted to speak to you about
our natural hair journey.
Our natural hair journey. And what a journey it's been, right?
Yeah.
So definitely. I wanted these ladies to share with you what they feel like has been some of their struggles, some of their issues, some products that work, and we want to give you the real truth about true 4C and possibly
4D
hair.
4D?
There is a 4D.
Yeah, I didn't quite know that.
And which part of your hair is 4D?
Listen, this really nappy hair is because it doesn't come out very coily.
Yeah. So they say that 4D coil is more like a L and more like a Z shape.
Okay.
So it was new. We educated ourselves this week on it.
Can I see the Z?
Well, you have to take a closer look at the hair strand.
Oh, at the strand.
Yeah, because it might not coil like
the way
ours
hair
would.
Okay, so
but it might look okay.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but
we're not scientists, we're just babes trying to look hot.
Right.
Why do we care if it's curled in a Z or an L or a V?
Right.
We shouldn't really care, but then again, it's our natural hair. We just want to be able to wear it the way we want to, and then just feel awesome about how we look. So,
but I do have a pet peeve.
What's your pet peeve?
My pet peeve is all these YouTube videos where all these people are having issues with what they consider 4C hair.
So what are they saying?
This is true 4C hair. Stop playing. This hair is not silky. It does not, there's no slick back.
Right.
None of that. Not what true 4C hair.
It can literally stand.
Exactly. On its own.
Okay. It can rain and it'll still be standing.
And it'll look like a helmet. All day. All day. So I just kind of hate when, they put some of these products in their hair and they were like, true 4C hair. This works really well with 4C hair. Yeah. That's not always true. And it is true. I found that it is true that you have to try a multitude of products in order to find the right one for true 4C/4D hair. Exactly. Because all that stuff does not work.
Absolutely.
What was your inspiration on going natural?
For me, I think it started out boarding school. So my inspiration was I just wanted simplicity.
Simplicity.
Because every semester we would have to get our hair braided to go to school, get our hair braided in school. And it was just like on Saturdays and the line was so long and all the girls just sitting there for hours.
Yeah.
And I just hated that process, and I was looking forward to, I grew up in Nigeria. I'm Nigerian, so I grew up in Nigeria, and I grew up with my mom dropping us off, us girls, I have two sisters, on Saturdays in the market to go get our hair braided. So you would literally be sitting on the floor, maybe on a very low bench, and you'd be sitting there for hours with your hand in between somebody's legs.
Oh, I hear that.
And you can't complain if it smells real good or not so good.
They'll slap you.
Not together. So then you were sitting down and just dreading it like, oh. Right. So as soon as we got to boarding school and my parents weren't around, me and my sister talked ourselves into, hey, let's go to the barber. We can always say sorry later, right?
Yeah.
So you should have seen the barber. Like a Rob, she'll tell you who Rob is. I'll tell you who Rob is. Like a Rob. And just us showing up, we're 13, 14 years old, and we're like, hey, all off. And he's like, oh yeah, the wrong place? Go down the street. Put a braid your hair. We're like, no. Right place. all off.
Right.
And
Did
that was it.
did that really happen?
That really happened.
Wow.
So we cut it right about, about I was maybe 13 and my sister was 14, and we went back to school and it was like, freedom.
Right. Wow.
That was the beginning.
It makes sense.
And I've always just thought, so whenever I grew my hair out and became like cumbersome to get it braided, retouch, perm, whatever, I just go, oh, wait a second, you have a solution.
Right.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And that's really
Yeah.
like how I've kind of maintained my shortcut over the years. So people see me and they're like, is your hair not growing? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I
you
cut
just
it.
yeah.
And like a certain look.
Exactly.
And it works for me, and why should I
and you're good.
change it?
Why change it? And it looks great on you.
Thank you.
It-
And yours
it is
does too.
beautiful.
And yours too.
But I was kind of like forced into it because one, I don't like beauticians wasting my time. My time is valuable. If my appointment is at 6 o'clock, I need to be in that seat at 6 because you're not going to take $6 off of my bill because you're late. But if I'm late, you'll charge me for being late or take me off the books.
Right.
So I really don't like wasting my time in beauty salons. I don't like them stopping to go see what's in the trunk for sale, the DVDs, the hair
all
wig,
of
the
that.
booster clothes, and all that
And also
stuff.
the length of time to get your hair done. Does that matter?
Yes. I cannot stand that. So I've been natural for 5 different times. I had gold locks that grew
that
for
was
about
so
11 years.
Oh, nice.
For 11 years. I'll
Did you
show
say
you a
gold?
picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll show you.
she said gold.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Were you part of this whole like DMX challenge?
No.
You should have, because then you could have taken. Do you know about the challenge?
No, I've never know about that challenge.
Okay, I just found out about the challenge today.
like,
I guess we're late to the
recently?
party.
Okay, all right.
So this is a challenge where that one song he has, Letitia, all the girls.
yeah.
So what the girls have been doing is doing all their looks, because he's basically saying
Oh,
they're
when he-
basically saying
when
like
he
we
calling
trans,
the
like
names.
like Letitia, and they're basically like making fun of women. We're making fun of ourselves to say we change every time.
And we
change
can
our
do
hair.
that.
We
And
can
it's
do that.
actually true. We
That
do
is
change
true.
it. We're
Right.
always changing either the colors of our hair, how we
Yes.
look, the
style.
style,
Yes.
and it's that versatility.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you who you are.
Right.
So that's really awesome.
Or change who you are.
What kind of pushed you into being natural?
Well, especially with what Faith was saying, when I actually went natural after college. And the reason why I actually did that was mostly because I was just tired of like the perm. I was tired of my scalp being like burned so much, and I was tired of like the hours that I would spend at the beauty salon, like 2 to 3.5 hours, and the amount of time that it takes for me to do my hair and sit under a dryer. I just didn't want to do that anymore. So I said to myself, I think it was around like the early 2000 when a lot of people were just like going natural. So I figured, you know what, why not? Let me just try it and then see how that works. So I did. And it was a little difficult around that time because I wasn't used to my hair like this.
Got it.
So by me doing this, I had to learn about different type of products, different type of hairstyle, and especially like when you're working in the corporate world, you just kind of like, how do you wear your hair for that? What do you do to be able to wear your hair nicely and feel confident about it, and
not
not
get
really
somebody to come
worry
pull you
about what people
aside
say.
and
Yes.
say your hair is not gonna work. That happened to me.
Oh, it happened to me too, honey.
I felt so terrible.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have to be.
It
Why
shouldn't
should
have to
someone
be.
stop you and say, "Oh, by the way, you need to not wear this hairstyle again
Your
because it's
natural
not
hair.
it's
not
professional."
professional enough.
So what is professional? Having my hair straight.
Absolutely. And it was so crazy for
Yeah.
my experience. I don't know if your experience was it a black person, a Caucasian, like who was it?
No, it was Caucasian.
Okay, so for me, it was a black person. It was my manager at the time. Just kind of said, your hair, granted, there's a bit of a mohawk, but still,
Oh my God.
but still, it was natural. And I felt so offended. I was like, what do I do now? Like I want to keep this job. So you know what? I got my first weave.
You did.
I did.
Okay.
From that, I got my first weave because I was like, okay, let me put on some weave. It was a natural weave, but that was where I got my first weave. And then after that, I went back into work, and he was like, transformation, well done. But I felt always like a fraud, you know, like I was just like,
You
man.
shouldn't have to change the way you look to impress the workplace,
Right.
because that's not how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to feel like, okay, I have to accept who I am and my own identity, me being a black woman and my hair being at its natural state, and I love it, and you should be able to feel that way. But working in a place like this, you just kind of feel like, okay, either you don't want to be there because you always feel targeted.
Absolutely.
Because your hair is not what society wants it to be.
Absolutely. Times have changed.
Yes.
And,
it's accepted
Yeah.
more.
It's accepted more. It's okay now to see curls
Yeah.
all around, as long as it's nice and sort of trimmed.
Shades
And even if it's
and-
even if it's like wild,
Right.
people are so much more used to it now
They
because
are.
media has changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
Thank God for
actually
Instagram,
seen
Pinterest.
an anchor
yeah,
woman,
yeah.
and her hair was natural, like bushy, like ours.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like,
Like a
oh,
TV
wow.
anchor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you were like,
Yes,
what?
I mean,
What's
yeah,
going
because
on?
once upon a time,
Once
it's
upon a
enough to
time.
get us on
It
there,
had to
be.
and then for you to be so Afrocentric.
Curls.
Exactly.
Curls.
So I'm just glad that we're able to embrace it now because we are highly influenced by what we see.
Exactly.
And as we were growing up, of course, that. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I did because somebody say that nappy head or look at that hair, that nappy hair, and then you will be looking at other people with silky hair, with fake 4C hair,
Right.
So, and everybody said, "Oh, I want hair like hers. I wish I had hair like hers." But now they're looking at us and saying, "I wish my hair could do that. I wish my hair could do
Times
that."
have changed,
It has.
and that just goes to show you that taste change,
Yes.
culture changes.
Yes.
Like we're constantly evolving,
Yes.
and sometimes we're a little bit ahead of our time.
Yes.
Like I was way ahead of my time because I was forced to. I mean, that's just how I grew up. So before the whole natural movement, the natural movement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we didn't even know what to use. Really.
Yes.
Coconut oil, palm oil,
You use what your mama
any type
gave
of
you.
oil. Just put it on the head and we hope that it doesn't drip on your clothes. You know, like,
Exactly. Yeah.
so, and now we have more options and we have and it's more accepted.
And we
So-
have a lot of education out there to help
Exactly,
us
yeah.
on maintaining and taking care of our hair.
Absolutely.
And our hair looks short, but all of us can pull it, and it's just as
Yeah,
long
definitely.
as
Yeah.
anything,
And
that
anything
length
else.
check goes
Exactly.
That shrinkage,
Yeah.
it's real. When
It's
all
real. Yes.
And I don't mind it, anymore. Like I don't care. Oh, I forgot to bring my pick. I have my little secret weapon.
Oh, you do?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's one of those like
With
picks, with the fist. And
Yes.
it's the metal ones.
That's the one I
The
use.
long ones.
Yes, that's
You
the
know
one.
what I'm saying?
And then you're like,
I'm like, da, da, da.
Yes, yes. I don't want to interrupt the
With
top
some
curl.
length.
I gotta-
Exactly. I just pull it in from the
From the
bottom,
root
Yeah.
and lift
Yeah.
and
and
lift.
just lift and just get that.
Get that crown to going.
Get that crown
Oh yes,
going.
that's the crown.
And now my husband's
That's
like,
us.
what's up with the pick? I said, what pick? My pick? Excuse me, you want my pick?
Right.
He's like, well, okay, I'm just saying.
it's
for
so
my
funny
pick.
that you say that because my husband always have to. Now, like they have like those like brush, like
Yes.
you can like
Yeah.
brush
Make it
your hair,
curly.
like
Yes.
make it curly in a
Yes.
circle. You do that, so he would buy at least 3 or 4 each time because I would either be using them or I would put them somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, because my hair is short now, it's easier, it's more
Yes.
manageable. You don't
Yes.
have to do much with it, and I love it the way it is.
Yes.
It doesn't make me feel like, okay, how am I going to do my hair if I'm actually going to work or if I'm going to a
Exactly.
wedding?
Exactly.
I don't
But
have
you
that
know-
problem anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
And you know how it is with our hair. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys experienced this, but like you come out of the shower in the morning and it's that
Yeah.
steam and a little bit of,
Yes.
I don't care how big your shower cap is,
Yeah.
you get a little wet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like typically for me, that pick really helps.
Yes.
I might do like if I really got it wet, I'll do like a little blow dryer. I just keep it on low heat and just kind of try to dry it up.
Yeah.
And then I use my pick.
Good to go.
It's all
If I need
good.
that curl, use that. Matter of fact, I don't know why we're just. I'm going to go and get it, guys. I'm going to get it for you because Sheila,
That'll
we're
work.
hooking you up.
Yes,
Okay, so we'll be
that'll
right
work.
back. I'll be right back.